This episode of Hobie is sponsored by HoJeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 496. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
Hey, Blake's back.
Hooray.
Took me a while.
But you kicked Brian out this week.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I had nothing to do with that.
Jim did. Jim kicked him out. And then you kicked Jim out.
I didn't do anything. I just went to do my normal scheduled dinner pre-podcast.
Yeah.
Showed up. That's it.
Yeah. I appreciate you showing up. I'm
Thank you.
blown away
Thank you.
by your ability to show up.
Well, you know,
You're the Keanu Reeves of the podcast.
when I want to show up, I show up.
That's right.
You know, when I set my mind to it, nothing will stop me.
Well, it is summertime, and summertime,
right.
it's a more lazy,
Laid
back
back
schedule with everybody here. Jeff and I are here, though. Woo! Every week, Jeff,
'Cause
we're
you
here.
You are dedicated.
Well, it's in my house, so it's easy.
Podcasters of passion. Yeah, it is pretty easy.
It's pretty easy for me.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of shit, so it's kind of hard for me to enjoy my summer leisurely because I was just going over this, a couple weeks ago at the softball game, which I've been to one so far.
Yeah.
Because I just got way too much stuff going on.
It is summer.
I've got everything going on all the time, and it's irritating. I mean, it's fun, but
It's not irritating when you're taking an Alaskan cruise.
No, it's not. It's true.
Oh, poor Blake. He took an Alaskan
man,
cruise.
it's so hard.
Oh, upper middle class problems.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh.
I took the Alaskan cruise. We were in the Yukon. I was looking for Nichols Cabin.
I didn't get great reception on my phone, Jeff. Oh. Man.
The cruise ship internet Wi-Fi was so slow.
I only had a medium-sized balcony. Oh.
I only had to play old person's bingo 4 times.
Oh, my gosh.
I did win $125 though. I won the very first bingo.
You told us.
Yeah, man. Fucking awesome. And everybody's like, who is that young whippersnapper? Take his card for cheating.
That guy's like 30 years younger than us.
That's not fair. He can identify numbers and blotch them out faster than we can.
How dare you? Arr. Arr.
But you know what?
Yes.
Did we talk about the bingo?
Yes.
Yes,
The
we did.
automated bingo?
Yes.
I can't even remember.
Great. Now we're repeating ourselves.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Was I
It's
here?
story time. It's
Hold
story
on.
time.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Was I here
Yes.
after I got back from Alaska?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you talked to us about Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
You did make one.
Oh, good.
And then missed
Well,
two
we
more.
just lopped off 45 minutes tonight.
Are you copying your own notes from prior episodes?
I can't remember that far back.
I'll be honest, I can't either. Like some of these like stories, I'm like, did we do that story in News of the Geek? I don't think we
Sometimes
did.
I have these conversations in my head.
Do you answer yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
okay.
And then I'll go, man, I wish I was recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
he should.
Yeah. But, trust me.
You should be like
in my head conversations, Jason,
Yes.
you're a better podcaster.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thank you.
You're welcome. Jeff's the same. He's the stabilizer, no matter what.
He is stable. He's like
No,
Switzerland.
what is this, fantasy or reality? He's just there. He's just there.
Switzerland is neutral, not stable. There's a little difference.
Have you seen their economic growth? It's pretty stable.
Have you tasted their chocolate?
Yes.
It's pretty
That's
stable.
not stable. That's nice.
Kind of
They got some good milk chocolate.
Nobody has good milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate.
You're fucking insane.
No. Well, yes, I know that. But
Milk chocolate is the best.
is it?
Yes, I just said
Nah,
that.
You just
chocolate.
said it was. And I said he's the stabilizer.
Blake, I got something for you.
There you go.
We got Kit Kat churros down here. You gotta try one.
I love Kit Kats. I'm a Kit Kat purist, by the way.
I am too.
But I love churros as well.
These churros, we
like-
tried them last week when
Like
you weren't here.
real churros.
We tried them
If
off
you
the
had
air.
Real churros with real chocolate,
Chocolate.
not Americanized hot chocolate
question.
or fake faux Swiss Miss shit, but like actual melted chocolate like the rest of the
But I
Europe
like
drink.
the fake faux Swiss Miss shit.
Well, you can have that if you like it. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Let
I'm
me
talking about real churros and chocolate.
Let me ask you, when's this limoncello coming again? It's been a little bit of time. Do you have time to make this?
I'll work on it.
Okay. There's people that.
There have been people that have been asking me. I need to get another batch in.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm trying the churro Kit Kat. I'm not sure how to process this.
It's not bad.
No.
The Kit Kat churros are not bad.
I think I like them better than regular Kit Kat.
Oh, no. There's like a taste to them, and I can't place it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Weren't you just the one that dogged milk chocolate? You know, the thing that is covered in a regular Kit Kat is covered in.
That's true.
But this is Nestle,
Yeah. Big difference.
Still milk
which is
chocolate.
fake Swiss.
Yeah.
Is it fake Swiss? Nestle is from Switzerland.
I have no idea.
Yes.
We're right
Hershey?
till proven wrong.
That's what I meant.
Don't question him. He's been to Alaska. Don't
Have I told you
question
about
him.
my Alaska trip? These, they're
Go ahead.
good. I will agree. I will eat these again. Would I seek them out versus a regular Kit Kat, though? I don't know.
See, I think like what was it, the dark chocolate or dark cherry ones or strawberry, whichever ones we had. I like all of those other ones, Kit Kats we've had, better than this one.
No, this is my favorite off flavor of Kit Kat.
But I like wafer cookies with stuff in between them. So
Yeah.
there you go. I mean,
Okay.
like the Little Debbie stuff, like the, whatever those are called, what, Nut Crunches or something. I can't remember what the hell.
Nut breakers.
Nut Butters, Nut
Star
Breakers,
Crunches?
Star Crunches. Yeah.
Oh, those
No.
are nasty.
Those are different.
Oh, the peanut butter ones?
Yeah, I'm talking about
butter
the
wafer
the
ones?
wafer.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
those
the
are pretty
wafers.
good.
I mean, those,
Peanut butter crunch.
I'll eat any of that stuff.
Yeah, those are pretty damn good.
But this is good.
Yeah, I'm not saying
It's
I'm not.
not a Kit Kat.
Yeah, I'm not saying the churros are bad. I'm just saying it's not my favorite. Have you tried the Cuban sandwich potato chips?
Were they here when I got back from Alaska?
I think they were, but
It was the week
I think
after.
I've had them.
Okay.
I think I've had them. Yeah,
They're awful.
they're different.
They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
We don't have any of the chips from last week available, do we?
No.
You guys
Yeah,
ate them
last
up
week.
pretty quick.
I haven't
Which
had
ones
time
were
to
those?
listen.
The hot mustard Doritos.
Oh yeah. Those were eating pretty. Brian actually, I think, took the bag home.
You guys like those?
The hot
I like
mustard was
hot
good.
mustard.
Yeah.
I don't like hot mustard. I don't like Doritos, but those weren't bad for a Dorito tasting like hot mustard.
Good. And there really isn't a Dorito that I don't like. Tell you the truth,
See, I'm not a big Dorito fan though. That's the thing.
that could be it.
I mean, they're fine, but like Jeff and I said, I don't like the powdery stuff on it. I like Cool Ranch. I like Cool Ranch.
There's nothing better than eating Doritos and then licking your fingertip.
Oh God, that's disgusting. Oh God,
especially
no,
when you gotta
no.
scrape it off your
Ah,
teeth.
No,
Like,
get that out here. Yeah, I hate it.
Jason knows where his fingers have been,
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
so he doesn't necessarily want to lick it.
You know how many
I'll have
times I wash
another-
my
I'll
hands
have
in a
another
day?
churro
How many times
combo
you do
if
what?
You're not going to eat that.
Wash.
Oh, okay.
Here,
Don't leave that open.
there you go. There's some more churros. Later on, we got cotton candy Oreos. Just to let you guys know.
That would be interesting.
Yes. New flavor. Just to let you know, good thing we found the S'moreos. My daughter did not get to try them after the podcast.
Really?
We only had a couple left because we all ate them.
Oh, yeah.
And I think my oldest son pretty much snacked them
That's
up.
what it is. Somebody
Yeah.
else came out because there was at least one row left over. when we left.
Yeah. So I went on Amazon. They're sold out on Amazon. unless you want to pay $36 for one bag.
Well, no.
So that's not happening. So yeah. So if you can find s'moreos, make sure you get some. So they were good. Not as good as the peanut butter ones, though.
The peanut butter pie ones?
Yeah.
Oh, they're still my favorite.
There's no
one,
chocolate in this.
Chocolate.
It's cinnamon.
It's a great film.
yeah. It's a churro.
It's a churro, yeah.
It doesn't say churro with sauce.
If they put a little bit more chocolate in it with it, it'd be a churro con chocolate, but it's just a churro.
It's a good movie with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Stupid idiot.
I am making cats in my chocolate bakery shop, pastry shop here in Italy. Come on in. It is chocolate. It is the name of the movie and the name of my famous line in the film. Hello, my dear. You are chocolate.
Weren't they in France?
We are in France. Welcome to the chocolate shop.
I thought it was Switzerland.
Oh, we are Switzerland. We got good watches. Welcome to chocolate.
I thought we were in the Cadbury factory.
Roar.
Do you know what Cadbury is?
The only thing he knows about Cadbury is the commercial where the different animals were trying out to be the next Easter bunny.
He was on a roll. Then he took a left turn.
Dog. Bark.
Now, see,
What did dogs say?
See,
I felt like Roy with whistle.
yeah, see,
Whistle. What the fuck is going on here?
see, now if I said that in my mind, that conversation when I said Cadbury, you would have said, some people just want to eat chocolate and watch the world burn.
I would like to eat chocolate. I am French. Uh-huh. It's like water for chocolate. That's another movie, isn't it?
There is a movie, yes. Yes, that is the title of a movie.
I don't know always if we've seen so many movies, Jeff, that I feel like some of them just blur together, that titles blur together. So if I don't say one, I always look to you to make sure it's the correct one. Like, am I making that one up? Torque was a movie,
Torque
right?
was a movie, yes.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, it was Torque-tastic.
Bringing Down the House of the Dead was a mix-up of two terrible movies.
Did it make it better? If you did combine Bringing Down the House.
Each of them are better. It's better than each of them together.
Gotcha.
But it sounds like it has a better soundtrack already.
Well, Bringing Down the House had Steve Martin when he had a little lull in his career, and he was doing Hamburger, Pink Panther, and he did that one with Queen Latifah, and it was awful.
Betty White is a racist neighbor.
She is a racist neighbor in it. And then we watched House of the Dead with that was not good.
Clint Howard.
I was going to say Ron Howard, but it's Clint Howard. Not a good film. Not a good film. No. Don't go see them.
Thank you.
See them. So, anyways, I started watching The Idol on HBO.
On purpose?
Yeah, because it's got so much controversy around it.
Because you just want to see boobies?
It's not even that. It's not good.
You wanted to see misogynistic sex scenes?
It wasn't good nudity at all.
I hear it's very disturbing.
It is
but I haven't
very
seen it, so I
Okay.
can't give you an honest opinion.
So let's go here. So 2 episodes. I've seen 2 episodes.
Now this is with Lily Rose Depp and
Yes.
and
The Weeknd.
and the short weekend.
Yes.
Not the long weekend.
No, just a short one.
The short weekend.
Or The Weeknd.
The weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd.
Hank Azaria's in it. He's hilarious in it.
Should be.
Or
He's
I
Hank
shouldn't say
Azaria.
hilarious, but he's good in it. I should
She's Hank Azaria.
Yeah. So it's basically about this pop star that is kind of have a downfall like Britney. They even mentioned Britney Spears in it.
Yeah.
Her mom died. She kind of had like a mental breakdown before, like during her tour last year when her mother was sick and dying and that. So she took off, came back like I guess a year later it is. She's like,
And the landscape has changed.
well, she's basically, you find out this episode, like, she doesn't have money anymore. Like, you think she does. Like, she has this huge house and all this. And basically, her financial manager is floating her the money,
Yeah.
Hank Azaria. And so, but he thinks of her as, like, his daughter. So, but then she's gone around all the whole world with all these producers, made these songs for her comeback record, kind of like Beyonce. 39 producers, and so
Beyonce had Jay-Z
correct
in the corner.
Correct.
Yeah.
So she's about ready to release this single in 2 weeks, and then her album comes out, I think, in 8 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like the single, and so she liked it, and then she meets this guy that owns a nightclub, The Weeknd, and he has his first name is the same as his last name in it, which is kind of funny. Hank Azaria's like, how the fuck can you name yourself that? But anyways,
Humbert?
No.
Humbert.
I think it's like Triana. And he's like, what the fuck is that?
This is like Humbert, record producer style.
Well,
Nabokov.
Nabokov. Now you have.
Anyways, go ahead.
Sorry, I was thinking there for a second. No, hold
on. He exploits her, takes advantage of her.
basically you start learning.
She's ripe for exploitation.
Yeah, but she didn't know that he was a producer. Yeah. Like, just she thought he was a DJ and club. Well, it's a twist that he's running a cult, and like he has all these singers around him, and basically it's a weird cult. Like the one episode, like the one guy singing, and he has a shock collar, and he wants him to get lower on like the dance thing while he's singing, and keeps shocking him.
Yeah.
But then basically she starts liking him a lot. They start having sex, and then she's like, I want you to move into the house with me, and because he's like, that song isn't you. Let me show you how to do it. And then like her producers are going nuts, like, we spent $4 million on this and all this stuff. So, anyways, long story short,
too late.
Thank you.
So that's how cults work.
Yeah. Basically, and you can see like the little things. Like she's like, "Hey, you want to come over?" No, I can't right now. How about tomorrow? No, I can't. I'm a little busy. How about the next day? Yeah, maybe I can put you in for that. Like he's trying to make her want him.
Yeah.
And I don't. It is very. I know that they said that it's very.
I've read an article where it describes some of the sex scenes, and it was pretty.
It's
disturbing.
It is kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, ooh, that's a little odd.
Is this almost kind of like a Lily Rose Depp doing this skinploitation series in order to get screen time to try and launch her career?
Yes. But
and be like out of the shadows of her two famous parents.
But she is good at it.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. She's a good actress in it from the 2 episodes. The Weeknd,
maybe she just has to play herself.
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Not so much. Hey, it's The Weeknd.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said,
sometimes musicians make good actors. Sometimes they don't.
It's just one of those things like I don't know if I like it, but I'm interested in it. And I'm like, part of me thinks this could go really bad, like by episode 4 or 5, like just go off the rails and be horrible.
It sounds like it happened already.
It's not looking good.
And you're only 2 episodes in.
Yes. But it is funny. Like you get spoiled because they're like an hour long or 55 minutes long. I'm like, fuck, give me these 9-minute ones. Like Barry is like 33 minutes. Lasso this season's a little bit longer, but most of them were like 32 minutes.
Barry could be dark and humorous.
Yes.
Over in 29 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like, this is very dark and very dark and very dark. So,
and what does this say about me watching this?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Any humor?
There is a little bit. There's some parts of it. But yeah, I mean, there's not. The producer, like her agent, I'm sorry, is pretty much an asshole. Her main agent is Eli Roth. He was in like half a minute of an episode. But yeah, it's not for everyone. I don't even know if I'm going to continue watching it. And I think part of it is just like, I don't know. Supposedly, director Sam Levinson. Is that who it is?
Oh, yeah. Sam Levinson. Now, he's an interesting character, but
him in The Weeknd.
I heard.
I have not read the whole thing. I got to go back. I just started seeing some of the headlines. So there was a woman that created this, and I don't know.
Is he the guy that came in to save this series to direct?
Supposedly they
because I read something about that too.
They filmed a majority of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as much of like the dark cult like thing in it. It was more like Hollywood music producers, like real producers, like not a cult like. And I guess him and The Weeknd came in and basically rewrote it and they reshot it. So I gotta go into the whole story. I just haven't had a chance yet. And basically they took the woman's, like, she created it or whatever, and they took her vision and were like, not so much anymore, sorry. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
But then The Weeknd came in and said, hey, I want to be a movie actor.
But Sam Levinson, he also directed this what is it, the Sydney Sweeney series, right? With
Let me see here.
Spider-Man's girlfriend,
Kirsten Dunst?
Zendaya.
Oh, Euphoria. Yes.
Yeah, Euphoria.
Yes.
So people like what he did there.
Yeah.
But I've never watched an episode of Euphoria because
I saw.
Honestly, the subject, content, and matter doesn't appeal to me.
So I didn't know.
Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just
Correct.
like I look at that and I'm like, maybe I don't want to. I don't want something that.
Part of me
heavy.
thinks the Idol is he's trying to make it into something like, oh, this is a big, commentary on society and all.
Statement. Yeah,
But
big
I don't know if he-
statement about the industry or
Yeah, and I don't think he's hitting it right.
Yeah.
On this Euphoria, I saw 2 episodes of that, and I was like, this is not for me. Like, it is disturbing.
I've probably seen maybe 15 minutes total of like you said, where you're hopping.
Yeah.
And, all right, let me go in and check it. And you're like, okay, I'm out. I just have a hard time of imagining underage high school kids involved in lots of drugs and sex.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to watch it.
No.
And it makes me feel like a perv when I
Yeah, there was one episode that she's like, oh, I'm 16. I'm like, no, I'm out. No,
Yeah.
I don't need this.
do. No.
I think that was pretty much the breaking point for me. I think it was like an episode and a half in. I was like, I'm not going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
In 2009, Sam Levinson acted in the Uwe Boll film Stoic.
Uwe Boll.
Unaware of that one.
Yes.
There you go.
He made his directorial film debut in Another Happy Day with Ellen Barkin.
Got it. Started his writing at Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, he got famous basically, movie, for The Wizard of Lies, which was the Barry, he co-wrote it with his dad, Barry Levinson, about Bernie Madoff. That's the one I remember. Okay.
Well, it also helps to have a good influence.
Correct.
Depending on how you see it.
Yeah.
Barry Levinson as well. But Freaks and Geeks, what's his name? Apatow.
Yeah, Judd.
He started letting the kids help write dialogue and run some of the storylines too. So not only did Rogan, get his start there and everybody else, but he let the kids also do some
To make
of the
it more
writing
authentic.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was also kind of like, not only were they learning how to act, they're also learning how to write, and they also learn how to a little bit to direct.
Yeah.
And you think about it, and you look at that cast, and look at how many of those are screenwriters and directors now. Even what's his name is Buddy. He wrote and directed the D&D movie and other stuff.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Crap.
I remember the character Sam.
Yeah. Yeah. He,
That guy.
John
yeah.
Daly.
Yeah, John
Francis
Daly. Yeah. So, anyways, go ahead.
According to the series, The Idol garnered controversy following an expose in Rolling Stones in which featured allegations against Levinson and The Weeknd for creating a toxic work environment and crew members, alleging the script involved explicit sexual content, which amounted to sexual torture porn. So,
and this is one of the reasons why they had to have intimacy coordinators on set.
yeah.
Because depending actors, directors wanted to make it as real as possible and make get the best out of the but at a certain point in time, there is exploitation. You read a number of actors that later come out and say, 20 years ago I was forced to do this and I didn't want to, but they made me. And and people say, well, didn't you just walk away? It's like, well, wait a minute, you put yourself in their shoes. It's not always that easy.
It is
Because you don't want to get blackballed by other directors and writers and producers.
It is,
and you don't want to give up that opportunity to star in something, right?
It is it does feel like a show that probably a film. It's a show, but like it would have been like a film made back in the early or in the 80s, 90s, because you do have people walk around topless, in the background. You're like, you just don't see that often.
No.
I don't know if it's really needed, to be honest with you, but yeah. Pardon me.
We're trying to create an emotion and an atmosphere and show what it's really like to be in a cult that's exploited.
Yeah. This is not a manual.
Yeah.
This is not Skinamax, the good one. It's not prisons.
Yeah. Well, you also read about it. You talk about Megan Fox talks about one director made her wash his car naked and filmed her.
Yeah.
He needed that for his,
I mean, what an asshole, right?
Quote unquote, needed it for her audition.
Yeah.
He needed it
it's
for
like-
a spank bang.
Yeah.
Exactly. But again,
Yeah.
the exploitation, and if you really, the human nature aspects of it, whether you're, the predator and you're the prey, so, but yeah, I did read a little bit about Levinson getting in a little bit of trouble with this too.
Yeah.
Now that you remind me of it. So
I find it very hard that it's going to be a second season. I don't think they're going to do it. And part of it is it's just boring. Some of it, like there's a lot of those long shots, and you're just like,
well, I kind of like that. I like
I get
the
it, but
artistic
I think he's
cinematography.
I get that. I think he's being artistic to be artistic. Like there's no
trying to be artistic,
Yes.
so he can get that booby in there.
yeah, yes.
So what you're saying, it's like Axl Rose composing November Rain.
Hey,
Trying to be artistic just to be artistic.
Don't you dare mess with November Rain.
Then quit messing with, I forgot the guy's name already.
Sam Levinson.
Sam Levinson.
Hey Sam, we saw that you had like 3 boobies in this shot. You can't do that. What happens if I do a long shot
What happens if I
of
have 8 boobies?
of the weekend walking through a gate to the house? It's just a walk.
I like it.
Can I do it then?
No, not 8, 10. 10.
Great. Weekend, start walking.
Actually, 11. I want a side boob shot.
Weekend, start walking. Is it okay if it's the weekend side boob?
No.
Oh, okay. Give me another one. Give me that girl over there.
A cup or bigger. The weekend's got B cups. I don't want those.
You just said A cup or bigger.
Somebody tell the weekend to put his shirt back on, Sam.
Oh, I'm the weekend.
Tell him I want him walking around like Porky Pig. Shirt only. No pants.
I just picture the weekend walking around like Porky Pig. I can't feel my face
He's a bucket hat. Put a bucket hat on there.
with the no pants.
Yeah.
I can't
Called
feel my
Porky
face.
Pigging. You never heard that before?
What?
It's called Porky Pigging. You never heard that
I've never
before?
heard
I've
that.
heard it called Winnie the Poohing.
It's called
Oh,
pooing,
I've
too.
heard you say
Winnie
that
the
before.
Poohing. Yeah.
Fucking
But
win.
anyways, how would you get to that? I thought we were talking about Black Mirror.
What?
Isn't this Sam Levinson's episode in Black Mirror?
It might be. So to make a long story short,
Too late.
watch it if you want.
You did nothing to make me want to see this.
There's no review. I don't I don't really have a review. Like, do you recommend it? No.
No.
Do you tell people to avoid it?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Do you care about it?
Yeah. We talked about it for 30 minutes.
We're good.
All right. I've been waiting this entire time for you to finish your story.
Yes,
so I
go
can
ahead.
tell you about my trip to Alaska.
Wait, you went to Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh, did you play
I went to the
bingo?
Yukon. I looked for Nichols Cabin.
I used to
wait a
play.
minute.
I used to play bingo on cruise ships. Did they have that? Anybody else watch anything?
What
Jeff?
did I watch? I probably watched something.
Oh, good job, Jeff.
In the time that I was available or sick and couldn't do anything,
Yes.
I did finish Vikings Valhalla.
Oh.
The whole Viking genre is so, I almost want to say, overexploited and played out now. But
It's like zombies.
It still catches on. So we did it because I kind of liked the first season. And so we started watching the second season. And I did it because, we're trying to find something agreeable that both of us can watch, me and the old lady. Otherwise, I get stuck watching The Great, which is like a sexy comedy Game of Thrones
Yes.
series, which I kind of secretly like, but don't tell her. So we watched Vikings Valhalla, and I was really disappointed. There's only 8 episodes because the first episode or 2, I'm like, oh, geez, really? Are we going to go through this again? And by episode 3, I'm like, oh, man, I got to watch 4. Got to watch 5. And it was good. I liked it. And hopefully, I did look. Apparently, they are coming back with the 3rd season. So, yeah, that was good. if you like the Viking story stuff like that, I
Put that on the
guess.
poster. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was
It's
good.
good if you like that sort
I
of
give it a
thing.
better endorsement than you do of.
Blake from Hopi
No.
says, if you like that stuff, go ahead and watch it.
Go ahead and watch it. And unfortunately, I haven't had time to go back and listen to the episodes that I missed. But you guys have your big Ted Lasso wrap up.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Cool.
I'm
so sad that season 3's over.
We have to. I want to go back and watch it again. Like the series finale.
Yeah.
Or season 3 finale, because it's not technically a series finale. They said.
Well, yeah, they could. They left many possibilities for spin-offs.
Yes. Yes.
It is the Ted Lasso finale.
Yes. I did go back yesterday and watch what the shorts that these were made based on. Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I saw those.
Those are pretty funny.
I actually thought they were going to be better.
I agree, but I think you have to compare them to what Ted Lasso is, right?
Yeah.
So then if you didn't have Ted Lasso, the series, they're pretty humorous. But yeah, I did like how long were you there as a head coach? 6.5 hours. Until I got fired. Is there a third football around here?
Yeah, that's a real American coach in the Premier League.
Yes. Yes. Who won the Champions League?
Manchester City, of course.
Oh, that's right.
Boo.
Manchester City. We're the mighty Manchester City.
I think you just made that up.
I don't think that's their song, but
It is now.
it is now.
It'll catch on. Watch
It
it.
will.
Oh, it's
it will.
gonna catch
Next year, that's all they're going to be
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Um,
We just got to get our UK podcasting counterpart over there to start, getting
day,
it
mate.
in there.
you can find us on nerdly.co.uk. Go to
right.
their website. They have great movie reviews, TV reviews, game reviews, and they have podcasts like us. Go
And
to
they sponsor me to Gen Con.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
We love nerdly.co.uk. Good day, mate.
And the wanker that runs it.
Yeah, Phil. We love Phil. We had a poll of the week at Bad Ideas Podcast.
We did.
Of the Disney live-action remakes of their animated films, which is the best? The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, or Lion King, which is mostly CGI? We needed a fourth.
Yeah. Well, there were plenty others. My vote was for 101 Dalmatians.
Oh.
I was thinking
also-
of the recent ones.
There was also Dumbo.
Oh,
and-
shit.
What about
And there
no
was-
deposit, no return?
What?
Oh, never mind.
And-
Dumbo was better than the cartoon, but that doesn't mean anything. It's still an awful
And
show.
then there was also the Jungle Book.
Mowgli.
The Bare Necessities. Did they sing that song?
They did.
Oh. Was it good? But
No.
Jungle Book?
The Jungle Book, yeah, it was all right.
Okay.
The songs aren't that good. I never liked them in the first place.
Okay. Did they remake Song of the South?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay. In last...
Well, that kind of had live action already
That's true.
in it.
That's true.
With CGI animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot better back then. No, it wasn't, Uncle Remus. Lion King was in last place at 9%. Thank you. Horrible. I can't believe...
Did they have any speaking in the Lion King
Yeah.
live
Yes.
action?
Yeah.
They
They
were all
actually taught the
speaking.
animals to speak.
Really?
It took 12 years to do it.
They didn't even use real animals, so
They used one.
no, they didn't.
Oh.
Was it animatronics?
That would have been better. Like the old animatronics from Disney World, just
like
put them
the
out there.
The old Hanna-Barbera. The Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah, Showbiz Pizza.
That lion's face is falling off. It's fine. It's fine.
Did Scar's eyeball just fall out?
He's fine. Beauty and the Beast at 18%. And then winning 41 to 32%. I actually don't disagree with this. Aladdin over The Little Mermaid. Aladdin was not bad. Will Smith was okay in it.
Even replacing Robin Williams.
Well, you can't take that.
You can never.
No.
You have to let it stand on its own.
Yeah.
Right?
Aladdin was not bad. My daughter actually liked that one. She liked The Little Mermaid, though, too. Lion King was not really well received in our house. It was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. The cartoon's better. Why are we watching this?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So,
You're watching it for the comic genius of Billy Eichner.
anyways, moving on.
I thought you were going to say Billy Crudup.
Oh, I love Billy Crudup.
I
He
don't
just
think
got
he
married
was-
this week.
I don't think he did a voice in the Lion King, though.
He was Timon.
That was Billy Eichner.
But he was in the Nike origin story.
I thought he was Pumbaa. That's what I said. What'd you say?
He was in the Nike origin story.
Was he?
Yeah, that was written by Disney, wasn't it?
Wasn't Seth Rogen Pumbaa?
That was Amazon. Yeah, it was Seth Rogen. We got a lot of threads going here. First off, Air is what you're talking about.
No,
That's by Amazon.
that's Air Jordans.
Yes.
I'm talking about Nike.
What
That
Nike?
Billy Crudup wasn't he the marathon runner that the coach developed the
Oh, you're
treads
talking
for?
about one of
Back
the
in- or was it for
Prefontaine, Prefontaine.
Prefontaine or Without
Prefontaine.
Limits. I don't remember which one.
yeah.
All the right moves?
Billy Crudup stars Prefontaine in one of those movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quicksilver. That was the movie about the bike.
Nah, that was Kevin Bacon as a bike messenger.
You know, as a kid, I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah, that's the origin story of Schwinn.
I always think of it as a prequel to him to Tremors. He got tired of the rough and tumble New York City, so he moved to the.
Well, that's before he became a rock star in the 60s.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
But it was after he taught that town how to dance.
Yes.
Because that was his high school days.
Which, again, the reason he went back to the Tremors area, because that's where he grew up at.
Because of the shoes.
Yes. And then he went to New York for Quicksilver. I love the Kevin Bacon universe. It's amazing how it all ties together.
So where does Stir of Echoes fall?
This is PTSD from the Tremors. Later years. Stir of Echoes was creepy.
It was.
That was a creepy film, but it was good. It was good. Anyways, we're not going to talk about The Woodsman, though. Where does that fall in it?
I'm not aware of that one.
Oh, okay. He plays a...
Is that the Full Frontal movie with Kevin Bacon?
Nope.
Okay.
That's when he's released after being a sexual predator. So, well, I had to bring that down to
Oh,
tonight.
wait a minute. That was that era of pedophilia, wasn't it?
Yes, that's great.
There you go.
But anyway, we're now in the Kevin Bacon kidnapped by aliens part of the of his life.
He was also a child molester. Or played one in a movie.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Well, I'm trying to clarify it for the audience.
Oh, okay, not in real life.
Jeff was given a,
Yes.
summary.
Yes.
And I was trying to give a summary.
Yes.
And then you just over summaried.
It's on the poster for The Idol. It's over summaried.
Anyways, I went to Alaska.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Blake, why don't you do some... Oh, before we do, you know what's coming up September 22nd through the 24th? Does anybody know?
I get my hair cut.
Ooh, you may.
I'm gonna
Because...
guess the
my
Cincinnati
nails.
Comic Expo.
That's right. September 22nd through the 24th. They just announced Jeffrey Moy, artist. He will be in town. He's done numerous projects with DC, Marvel, Wildstorm, IDW. So there you go.
All the big players.
Floyd Norman. Only a few spots remains if you want a Floyd Norman Disney artist. They only have a few spots left if you want a commission from him. So just let you guys know.
Ooh, commissions. That's pretty nice.
Yes.
So look into that if you enjoy the Floyd Norman Disney look.
I did like this one. Stuart Sager is going to be there. He's an artist who did G.I. Joe. I do comic books for G.I. Joe. Love me some G.I. Joe. Let's see here. We also will be having Wolf Collar is there. He is from Indiana Jones. His line is Dr. Jones. Surely you don't think you can escape from this island. It is a rare U.S. appearance. He was in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Once again, what you own is now mine.
Game of Shadows, Sherlock Holmes, Wonder Woman, and others. Let's see here. Kaylin Smith is back. She's been at the expo a couple times. Artist, we like her. Julian Glover's there from Indiana Jones as well.
Amongst other things like Game of Thrones.
And Vincent D'Onofrio from Daredevil.
The Kingpin.
If you go into that interview dressed as the drill sergeant and speak to him as such, I'll pay you $100.
I don't think it would be a good investment for us.
I don't know. Get Jason to look like R. Lee Ermey.
I don't think it's going to be.
Can we garner
No.
enough promised donations? Should we start a GoFundMe?
Please don't.
To pay Jason.
Please don't.
To dress as a drill sergeant for that interview. If we get it to $1,000, Jason.
We just got compliments on the panels that we ran the last year, too.
Yeah.
We did. We got really good compliments.
Even on the panels that went really weird. I won't mention any professional actor names.
No. Anyways, I was just happy I didn't. Never mind. Ashley Eckstein will be there from Star Wars animated films, shows, and that. And finally,
The cartoons?
yes.
Okay.
John DeLance is there.
Q.
Yep. Christina Ricci is going to be there. Jim Lee from DC Comics. So get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com right now. Right now.
Or if you dress as Haley Steinfeld, and you refer to him as what's his name, Mr. Big,
Kingpin?
Kingpin. Yeah. Actually, no. Refer to him as Mr. Big.
I'm about to say, that's Sex in the City.
Oh,
And he wasn't in that.
I loved you in that bowling movie, Kingpin.
you played Kingpin. I loved you in that bowling movie. How was it to start with Bill Murray?
How was it with Bill Murray?
Work with Bill Murray.
Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, sir. Get out. Get out. You have no civility.
Hey, you know what? We watched those YouTube videos as
Yes.
examples of how not to interview these people
Yes.
at these expos. But you know what? If we did do that, we'd end up on YouTube with 1 million views like that.
So who the fuck cares?
Come on. I mean, you could go viral.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine interviewing Mr. D'Onofrio there, and
As Haley
saying-
Steinfeld. Dressed as Haley Steinfeld.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
With a bow.
Just
Look at
with
my
an arrow.
And that's how it was to work with Bill Murray on Kingpin.
You remember when you were in Men in Black? That was cool.
Get the fuck off the stage. Anyways, moving on. Did you see at a comic convention? I don't know which one because none of them, they all pair in comparison. But there was a Randy Quaid Chevy Chase sighting from Vacation. They had them both
Really?
there. Randy Quaid came back into the United States for
Wow.
it.
And didn't get arrested.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah. And
Randy Quaid was in Kingpin with Vincent D'Onofrio.
anyway,
Well, you know who else didn't get arrested at the Flash premiere? What's his name?
Ezra Miller.
Ezra
Because
Miller.
he's already been arrested.
Oh,
Yeah, that fucker.
you could arrest him again for something, I'm sure.
Well, then people are
Show me
like,
the man, I'll show you the crime.
then people are like, well, Jonathan Majors wasn't, is being shunned by Marvel, but Ezra Miller isn't. Yeah, I agree. Ezra Miller should be shunned.
He's DC.
Yeah, DC doesn't care.
Yeah.
DC's like, look, it's the Flash. Yeah. I just killed 6 men. Doesn't matter. It's the Flash. Get him out there.
Ezra Miller is getting some help.
Sure he is.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We don't know.
Yeah. We don't know.
Yeah,
Allegedly, he could be.
Allegedly, he could be.
Allegedly, he could be a decent person. But
They said he was pretty blasé and
yeah.
bland. Maybe
Yeah.
he's on medication.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Good for him. Or his attorney said, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that too.
Although I did see
Don't do the Alec Baldwin
Keep your
thing.
hands in your pants.
right.
Keep your hands in your coat pocket.
I did watch. We should talk about Kevin and
Which Kevin?
Kevin James.
Oh,
And if he is anything like his character in that, yeah, he's somebody you need to worry about.
Okay.
He was so convincing as Kevin.
I think it was a documentary. Wasn't a movie.
there's a Black Mirror episode.
Yes. Everything is. We're living in Black Mirror.
I know. Season 5's coming. That's why I'm excited. That's why I keep talking about it.
Why don't you talk about
As long as they don't have any politicians having sex with
with a
pigs. Thank you, Scab Jeff, for ruining my life. You should at least told me to skip episode 1.
You're not the first one or the first dozen
was
to
like-
have said that about Jeff.
You can watch it. Just skip episode 1.
I think I'm going to. I'll just skip that one.
Well, if I already know what happens, do I have to skip it? I mean,
Spoilers.
Maybe then you have to watch it at that point.
I think I have to, or not watch any.
Blake, what do you got for listener feedback here?
It's time for the bomb listener feedback. This one's brought to you by a PSA. Yeah, stop fucking with kids' Little League umpires, please.
We'll get to that.
So, anyways, I umpired Little League baseball one season.
One
season.
I umpired once.
Yeah, exactly. All right. From that guy who wants to hear about my Alaska trip.
Number one fan? Can't give yourself a nickname? Sunny D?
Formerly known as
A-Pans.
Number 7?
Big D.
Yeah.
He's
The postman.
Always delivers twice.
Thrice.
Dad?
Oh,
I did that for Brian.
postman.
Doug. Has anyone from Hobie found the Kit Kat chocolate frosted donut flavor?
What?
If so, I'll be at the studio to help you taste it.
I have not found this flavor.
Sounds amazing. If you find it, just buy like 6 of them.
I'll just buy them out.
Yes. I'll just take one of
There you go.
this.
Or Doug can just find them and bring them.
Although I'm willing to go out on a limb and saying, is there much difference between Kit Kat and what a Kit Kat version of a chocolate frosted donut would be?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just like, okay, you got like the inside wafers with, a doughy flavor covered in chocolate. That sounds like a Kit Kat to me.
It does.
It does.
Maybe it's a surprise Boston cream kind.
Maybe
Ooh, a filled donut.
That would not be good.
Oh, that would
it's,
be
maybe
great.
it's chocolate cake donut in between the wafers.
Yeah. That could be good.
Yeah, I guess
And
the
then
question.
covered in a glaze.
I guess the question is chocolate. Talking about the type of frosting or the type of donut.
Blake, get the people on from Cadbury on the phone.
Bong, 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 bong.
He's calling him up on 90s.
this
internet.
It's internet phone.
We got
90s internet.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Bok, bok.
We already have our thing. Our applications are filled.
Bark, bark.
Oh, that's a good one. Dog. Good one.
Quack, quack.
Duck, duck. Duck, 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 duck.
Are you the aliens from Mars Attacks?
No, that's ack.
Oh, sorry. Ack. No, it's Kathy. That's Kathy. She already auditioned. She got eaten by the lion. Why me? Ack.
From Little Richard 205 at Not That Richard. Since Ted Lasso is over now, what other feel-good shows do you recommend?
There are no other feel-good shows.
The Idol.
If you're a cult leader.
Well, I've been in
From that
many
perspective.
cults, both as a leader and a follower. It's a lot more fun as a follower, but you make a lot more money as a leader.
The Office. Just go back in the past here. Superstore. Let's see here.
New or old movie? New or old shows?
Well, there just aren't any.
Eh.
Everybody's trying to be edgy, like Euphoria or The Idol or
Yeah.
Vikings. That, wow.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything other than like maybe Happy Days.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
And that wasn't even always great.
No.
Yeah, everybody is like, go back in the past.
Like, yeah, you would have to go back in the past and find those like Bob Newhart show, right?
Wings.
Maybe Wings.
I wouldn't even necessarily even call them feel good. I mean,
No,
they're
yeah.
not depressing like a lot
Mary
of the
Tyler
stuff
Moore.
going out, but
Mary Tyler Moore show.
I'm just trying to think of another show that makes humanity look worthwhile.
Per TV Guide.
Yeah.
Shoresies.
Who?
You've seen Ted Lasso movie, his team with positive energy.
Now starring Pauly Shore.
Now see Shoresies. It's on Hulu. It's a hockey series. A spinoff of the dorm room favorite Letterkenny.
Oh, okay.
It's a charming underdog sports comedy about a small Canadian hockey team on the verge of shutting down when its star player / coach, Shorzy, vows to never lose again by any means necessary. Yeah.
Well, mentioning that, I will say at least the first season of Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. I
didn't see the second season.
Neither have I.
The new Doogie Howser on Disney Plus. That's a really enjoyable show for a family. So,
Is it?
Yeah. It's not.
Well, it's not Doogie Howser. It's Doogie.
Yeah.
Name I can't pronounce.
Whatever. Because every time I say Doogie Howser, my kids are like, "What are you talking about?" But it's not fantastic. Like, it's not cutting edge or anything. But it's enjoyable. I have no issue with it. They said
sitcom-y. Very sitcom-y.
Yes.
Very, very, very formulaic.
But no laugh track, thankfully.
All right. But yeah, you're right. That we need more shows like this. Because you're right. Because I can't think of any modern show that I'm watching that I enjoyed and felt good about as Ted Lasso.
No, that's when I saw Ted Lasso. I didn't even realize how bad I needed a show like Ted Lasso.
Exactly.
Brockmire, Hank Azaria. He's a minor league baseball announcer. It is hilarious.
I've seen that. That was a HBO or Showtime IFC series. Okay.
It's tough to find it, though, streaming, though. They said Only Murders in the Building from TV Guide.
All right. I liked Only Murders in the Building, but it didn't really make me feel good.
They said Mythic Quest. I'm not sure about that one.
Again, not doesn't bring out your faith in humanity type.
Do you like that one?
I've only got like about 4 or 5 episodes.
Okay.
Wait, what's there better to make you feel good than a murder?
Yes, true.
In the building. I feel great.
Superstore is on here. What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay,
I'll recommend that one.
That's coming back next month.
Yes, I'm excited to see the new episodes. Yes.
Bat.
All right, I agree.
There you go. What We Do in the Shadows.
So we agree. Yep.
Good call.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Change approved.
Next, from former Canadians of the Year at Canadian of the Year. What is the proper etiquette for fans when a celebrity cancels an appearance at a local comic convention? Should they complain online?
No, the proper etiquette is to not complain online and say, I'm sorry that they had to do that, but they are professionals and have to work. So hopefully the show or whatever they're working on will be good and I can enjoy that in the future.
It's crazy talk.
That is what you say.
Yes.
And you only say that after you watch Ted Lasso.
People have jobs.
That's right.
I mean, the only reason they're even coming to these places is because they've done things to make you want to see them.
Yes.
If they stop doing these things, then there's no need to go on. I mean, I guess, the people who did something 30 years ago and did one thing and still living off of that and going to conventions, we can have a whole convention of those if that's what you're looking for.
And then what you would get? There's not big enough stars at this convention.
Exactly.
How come they don't have Pete Rose?
Give me Pete Rose. Why isn't Pete Rose here?
He was in WrestleMania.
Can we get the San Diego Chicken? Where's he at? Is the San Diego Chicken still a thing?
No.
Oh, okay. They retired it.
Well, he separated from San Diego and was just the chicken for a while.
He had that moment of peak celebrity, and I think he cashed in on it, and it didn't last very long.
I think by 85 he was done.
He was done, yeah.
He was at WrestleMania.
I think by 85 he was done.
What else you got?
He wasn't at WrestleMania. It was Pete dressed as the chicken was at WrestleMania.
Yes, it's true. That is true.
Next one from Steve at EILFM. He says, do you have any tattoos, and what are the stories behind them?
I do not have any tattoos.
I do not.
I got one.
What do you got? Snoopy?
I got Sigma Tau Gamma above my ankle.
Okay.
Super tough, guys.
This is a bad week for this episode.
And they called us that. And they called us that not with envy. Back in my college days, because we were all about 5'10" and 150 pounds.
This is the wrong week to ask this question, Steve, because Brian has like 80, and he would have told you about them.
Well, I guess Steve didn't know Brian wasn't going to be here.
I know. No dedication.
I guess we can put it
we
on
could always
next
put
week.
it on next week.
We'll put it on next
There
week.
you go.
What else we got?
From Brian Hour. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of TV detectives and private investigators who are going to keep you safe from the mob?
I was thinking of lawyers there for a second.
Lawyer.
I was thinking of a lawyer and a detective, brothers, Simon and Simon.
They are one of them up
Yeah.
there.
Kate Beckett
Actually-
from Castle.
Well, hold on a second. Do they count as each individual head?
No.
Or do you have to put their heads together to count as one?
I would say heads together. Heads
Okay.
together. I'm okay with that.
All right.
Would you put who's
So
it?
we would do a conjoined Simon and Simon head.
Yes.
For one of the heads.
Half of it will be Gerald McRaney, and the other half will be.
Oh, I thought we would conjoin them at like the right ear to the left ear, and they're kind of looking a little like a 33-degree angle off in each direction.
How about this? Instead of doing giant heads for them on Mount Rushmore, how about they do like the caricatures at like the amusement parks, but they're in a pickup truck? Because that's what they used to drive around in. And you would just have like a giant pickup truck with them like little bodies, big heads on it. And that's Simon and Simon. I like that idea. Jeff?
Sure.
I mean,
It's your Rushmore. You can do whatever you want
Okay.
with it.
you got to put Magnum on there, right?
I have Magnum PI, however, Ice Pick.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
They used Ice Pick. They used Rick's connections to Ice Pick. So kind of use their connections to the mob. So I don't know if you can say Tom Selleck Magnum PI.
No, I am. Magnum PI.
But if he's protecting you from the mob, don't you want somebody who has connections to the mob to keep you safe from them?
As Jason says. Change approved.
All right. Woo.
All right, so we got Simon and Simon.
Oh, and I
And we
meant the
got
Jay Hernandez version of Magnum.
No. Tom Selleck.
No.
Actually, we could do a
Could
like
you
a
do
3D, depending on what angle you're looking at the mountain. It could look like Tom Selleck, or if you shift 5 steps to the right, it could look like
Jay
Jay.
Hernandez.
Jay Hernandez.
Okay, we're doing that with Simon and Simon, though.
you
You
go.
switch to the other side, it's Cagney and Lacey.
Ooh, there you go.
This is it. We're good.
I'm choking on ice now.
Ice pick.
Speaking of combos, can we put Crockett and Tubbs up there?
No.
No.
Come on,
I wasn't allowed to watch that. It was
They had
murder.
the best. They were the best dressed guys to protect you from the mob
In the
Come on.
80s.
How about Frank Drebin from Police Files?
Oh,
I wouldn't rely on him to protect me.
that's true. I think everybody in his care probably ended up dead.
What's the guy from Justified? Brian would put that guy on here.
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
But he's not here, is he?
No, so he can't.
Yeah. Is this just TV or movies? TV. Okay.
TV
Oh,
detective.
TV. You could also take his character from The Mandalorian.
No.
How about, let's see here. I'm just going through like Entertainment Weekly's best TV detectives so we don't miss any. Mulder and Scully?
Aliens, maybe.
I mean,
Or the deep state.
if we're doing multiple faces on one head,
Yeah.
we need to have Charlie's Angels on there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or
Both
just
the
put
new-
4 Charlie's Angels up there and
Both
forget
the
the rest.
original and the reboot.
You could do it like when the
We
sun
need
goes down, like
6 heads.
based on where the sun is, it's like a different look.
You need a Hydra of Charlie.
Yeah. I like this.
Well, the original show
Coming
had
out of
6
an
different
intercom.
angels.
Coming out of an intercom.
9.
I like it. Coming out of an intercom, you have the 6 heads coming up, floating up. What about this? Jessica Fletcher.
Oh, no. People always died around her.
She's a serial killer.
If we go 9 heads, that's 18 boobs, Sam Levinson.
I don't think you can put breast on the Mount Rushmore.
We
It's
can
our
put
mountain.
whatever we want on our mountain.
Oh, sorry. And Columbo. How about Columbo?
Never liked Columbo.
Can we
Okay.
put Michael Knight up there? Maybe just Kit.
Ooh, Knight Rider.
No, fuck
Kit.
him.
Kit. Yeah,
Just
put,
Kit.
put the
Just
car.
Kit. Just the car.
Yeah, the kid did the work.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can put that next to your Simon and Simon pickup truck.
No, you gotta have separation. One's gotta be on one end, one's gotta be the other. It's a bookend.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
okay.
you can go Riptide's boat.
Ooh, yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And how about the helicopter from Magnum PI? Are we just doing a Mount Rushmore vehicle?
Do whatever you want.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're going that way, we'd go like Blue Thunder then, wouldn't we?
I was going to say Mystery Inc. fan.
What about Airwolf?
Oh, yeah.
Airwolf, Blue Thunder, same thing. I think the show was the exact same thing.
Well, not when it went to USA. The quality went way up on Airwolf. Okay, so I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
Silk Stockings.
Ooh, Bones. What's your name? Was it?
Did you
Emily
just say-
Deschanel?
Yeah.
I'm going Mitzi Capture from Silk Stocking.
Yeah, I like Silk Stockings. I remember that show.
Or La Femme Nikita.
I remember that show, Silk Stockings.
What about
going,
Veronica Mars?
Silk Stockings going, I've never seen a
Veronica
police
Mars.
station office look like that.
Not even on Miami Vice.
Okay.
Oh, if Jim were here, he'd make us put Psych on that list.
Well, how about Monk?
Never got into Monk.
Not either. I was just kind of give you some
What
options.
about Scooby-Doo and Friends?
Yeah, but I think
The mob, do they really run with the
Oh,
mob?
I think all of it was run by the mob.
You think all the scary...
Sir, Mr. Capone, we can launder money. No. I need Ghost.
It was
I need
after
Ghost.
all, run by old man Withers.
Who was a mob informant at the end. Okay, there you go. I hope that answers your question.
Don't know what the answer was. Did we come down to actual...
We're going to have to knock down the original Mount Rushmore and just add on. Hopefully it gets done quicker than Crazy Horse's statue.
Yeah.
What else got here, Blake?
Well, ours would be made out of Play-Doh.
Ours will get done in a month.
And once that solidifies, there's no weather, tornadoes, lightning that's going to bring that thing down.
Unfortunately, it's only 16 inches high.
And to make it stick, we're going to have to lay down miles of carpet.
I was thinking popsicle sticks on the back end of it, holding it up.
Now, we're going to cover this Play-Doh. We're going to take the Mount Rumpke trash mountain we have here locally and just put the...
Isn't that as tall as the Eiffel Tower now?
Pretty close.
I saw headlines as this trash dump as tall as the Eiffel Tower. I'm like, that's got to be Rumpke.
Nah, nothing wrong with that. What else we got here?
Anyways, we'll wrap it up. Professor number one and Doctor number one 2 weeks ago, Jason and his wife had a few hours to themselves.
Did talk about that.
And decided to play a board game.
To be fair, it was Ticket to Ride.
You're doing it all wrong, he says.
It was Ticket to Ride.
I disagree.
No, what kind of rides were you giving?
Don't worry about it.
Train rides. It's about train rides.
Hey. Let's keep it clean here. We're not the Idol, okay? Let's keep it clean here.
Who was Thomas?
Hi. I couldn't think of the conductor's name.
Mr. Conductor?
Is it? Hi, Mr. Conductor.
Jason, I got the corkscrew.
What side of the track you going to?
I know that doesn't do your wife justice.
Anyways, move on. Let's do some news of the
Professor
geek.
number one says you're doing it wrong.
We got some news of the geek here. What do we got here?
Where's the dum-dum button?
Well, apparently I don't have it.
Where's
Oh
the
my God,
applause?
you're killing me. You're killing me.
There it is. It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
Breath of silence first. Treat Williams, unfortunately, passed away yesterday or 2 days ago on a motorcycle accident. He was 71 years old. He was known for Everwood. Hair was his big break, musical Hair. But Treat Williams was one of the best actors from like the 90s and like early 2000s. Like you could see him, you're like, oh, he's great. This is going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun show or a fun movie. So
To me, he was always one of those, oh, it's that guy.
yes,
I can't remember his name, but he's always in things.
over 100 acting credits. So breath of silence for Treat. We did have a question about Treat Williams though too, just to let you know.
Okay.
Let me get to
I
this
don't know
here.
if I'll know the answer.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Here it is. This is on our Facebook page. You can follow us at History of Bad Ideas. We get all the breaking news on there. Let's see here. The question is from Roy McMillan. Do you guys remember the movie Dead Heat with Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo? I remember watching that when it was new to home video, and the butcher shop scene almost made me puke.
I do not remember the movie.
I do not. Blake, do you remember the movie Dead Heat at all?
With Treat Williams
Yes.
and Joe Piscopo.
Do you remember the butcher shop scene?
No.
Okay. That's what Roy. I apologize, Roy. If anybody has seen this scene in the movie, please send us a message at Bad Ideas Podcast.
The problem is I can remember Treat Williams in several movies because
Yeah.
it's a very iconic look.
Yep.
And sound, his voice. Mm-hmm. But, when I start to go try and ping him into specific scenes and everything, I was like, I can't. But I know who he is.
Like I said, you see him and you're like, oh, he's that guy.
Yeah.
I see him all the time.
He was in Deep Rising. The Substitute 2, Skulls Out. Let's see here. Prince of the City. I believe it was... I forgot he was in The Phantom. Slam Evil.
I never watched The Phantom.
He was the bad guy, I think. He was in The Substitute 3. Just to let you guys know. Dead
2
Heat.
and 3.
Yeah. And The Substitute remake.
So he was substituting a lot.
He was in The Devil's Own.
The Devil's Own, yeah.
He was in Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
Yeah.
Great Alaskan Race. He did a lot of kids shows too, like kids films at the end.
Like Doc McStuffins?
Sure. Was he in Doc?
I doubt it.
Oh. Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader he was in.
I'm going to eat you.
But he was always somebody that we saw in... he was in the Staircase Murders based on the murder case of the author that allegedly killed his wife, but I think he was acquitted.
So I'm still waiting to hear something I've seen him in.
Everwood.
Never watched Everwood.
Okay. Anyways, moving on.
But you know him.
I know him.
And you recognize him
But
immediately.
I was waiting for Jason to say something that I'd say, oh, yeah.
yeah.
But I hadn't heard
did
it
he give
yet.
it details about his motorcycle accident? Because I saw the headline.
No, I
That's
did not see anything.
I always, my mother was an ER nurse for a while, and so it was beaten into my head early on that I wasn't allowed to get a motorcycle,
I really wanted one when I was...
despite I really wanting to have one.
I wanted one when I was in my early 20s, like everybody. And then I used to write estimates on motorcycles and in accidents, and every
Said,
single one of them,
"Fuck
this guy's dead.
Well,
This guy's dead. This guy's dead.
And then the funny thing is, you talk to motorcyclists, and I envy them.
Yeah.
There's no wrong with that. But I know in the military we had a big problem post Iraq and Afghanistan because a lot of guys and women, men and women that served, trying to get that adrenaline rush.
Yep.
That you get in certain situations and et cetera. And one of the ways to recreate that is, riding a motorcycle. And so lots of motorcycle accidents, problems. And, the thing was like, oh, I'm a safe motorcycle rider.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You can be the safest motorcycle rider out there. It's the other driver of the car that you got to worry about.
I would say 80% of the estimates I would write is because a car pulled out and hit the motorcycle. It wasn't the motorcyclist's fault most of the time.
And having been in your industry too for several years and seeing it, it kind of goes, yeah, my mom was right.
Yeah. In happier news, per our Audacity, where Jeff gets all of his
I get
news.
all news from Audacity.
Fan favorite golfer John Daly was briefly leading the PGA Championship 2 weeks ago, carding an opening round 72 at Southern Hills Country Club in Tulsa. The 56-year-old, which shocks me, he's only 56, who now competes primarily on the senior tour.
72.
Easily. Has become a cult figure of sorts, not like the Idol, due to his flamboyant clothing and colorful everyman persona, chain-smoking cigarettes on the course while frequenting his beloved Hooters restaurant.
And consumption of alcohol.
Yes. Daly, who tied for 32nd in the last time the PGA Championship was held in South Hills in 2007, he was puffing heaters on the range and getting around on a number 69 golf cart. He was granted a medical exemption following surgery on his knee. Knowing he wouldn't have to be back on the course until his 1:25 p.m. tee time the next day, Daly headed to a local casino for late night slots. Sporting a full beard and shoulder-length hair, Daly had already changed out his elaborate Mexican skull pants by that point. His brief
BAC level was? Who knows?
8. Daly's brief appearance on the leaderboard Thursday had Will Brinson feeling nostalgic, recalling a time in 2008 when Daly headlined the Wyndham Championship in Greensboro. Brinson, who was covering the tournament for the now-defunct AOL Fan House. Jeff, do you remember the AOL Fan House?
I do not remember the AOL Fan House.
Block you clicked on the AOL screen?
I guess so. Remembers keep a close eye on Daly during one of his practice rounds, knowing everything the golfer put in his body. By Brinson's count, Daly threw back an amazing 21 cigarettes, 12 Diet Cokes, well, they're diet, 6 bags of peanut M&Ms, all over the course of 18 holes. Not once did the 1995 British Open champion reach for a sip of water.
Why did he need water? He had Diet Coke.
Daly's hard living has caught up to him recently. He's been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Shocking.
That's why the Diet Coke.
What?
And also chronic liver issues. Fortunately for fans, he doesn't seem particularly compelled to tone down his blue-collar styling and larger-than-life personality, standing out as a renegade in a sport, overwhelmingly populated by clean-cut and silver spoon golfers.
Well, see, here's a problem with journalism,
Yes.
right? They told you everything about his bad habits except his alcoholism. Mm-hmm. They didn't touch it, but they did say, oh, his chronic liver problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does love the drink.
Yeah.
He loves the drink a little too
So
much.
why didn't they put it in there?
Because
They harped on his everything else.
Because Audacity.com wants to
probably
interview
sponsored
him.
by some
Hooters.
Hooters and beer.
Yeah.
My favorite tidbit
Maker's
about John Daly was, he's like the second golfer to have a popular drink named after him. You know, the Arnold Palmer, which is
Palmer.
lemonade and iced tea mixed together.
Love that.
Yeah.
The John Daly is pretty much an Arnold Palmer with vodka.
I like that.
Ooh.
Per WSAZ, where that's where Blake and the Dip Man do their radio show.
WSAZ the Saz. Let's get sassy.
In the morning with the zoo. Honk!
Saz.
In Taunton, Massachusetts, thought they smelled bad on the outside.
It's the only thing I can think of when I heard that word.
There's no one left to officiate playoff games for Little League baseball teams in one Massachusetts town. After parents and players verbally abused and threatened the umpires, the officials walked off. Dominic Dominio, president of the Amateur Baseball Umpires Association. Yeah. Did you hear that? Amateur.
Well, wait a minute.
Amateur.
If they're amateur baseball umpires, then they shouldn't get paid.
That's true. Said the threats happened against 2 of his umpires at a recent Little League game in Taunton. Quote, profanity, verbal harassment, I'm going to meet you in the parking lot, quote. He recalled the spectators saying at the game.
Oh, those are the nice things you get called.
Correct. We'll get there. Damanio said at the game, the tying run was on base for the home team. The home plate umpire put his hand up to prevent the ball from going into play, and the field umpire saw it too. However, the batter stepped into the box, and the pitcher delivered the ball. The batter hit a double, giving his team the lead late in the game. But the umpire said the boys' double didn't count the ball because the ball was not in play. Correct. The batter then had to start over and try again. This time with the ball in play, he struck out. Ugh. Well, do better, kid.
Well, statistically, he's a 250. No.
That's when chaos happened. Chaos, I tell you. Chaos.
Oh, wait, the wrong kind of chaos.
Paul Nadeau was the umpire behind home plate that night. Quote, as soon as we got off the field, we started to be confronted and accosted by numerous parents continuing to yell at us and get in our faces.
It's a fucking game for kids.
They didn't say what age, though. I was kind of wondering. The umpire said several fans threatened to assault them on the field and again in the parking lot. Oh, wow. Quote, we had kids that were being condoned to do that as well, as far as to yell at us and say we suck.
Well, what do you think the parents are going to, what do you think the kids are going to do? They're going to mimic what the adults are teaching them to do. Correct. You know, disrespect umpires and authority in the game. And look, the rule is he put his hands up, right?
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. The pitcher shouldn't throw the ball because the hands up, the field umpire.
Yep.
And the coaches should have seen that. I guarantee you, half that crowd agreed.
Yep.
Half that crowd disagreed. And that's from my personal experience. No matter what pitch or ball I called, half the crowd agreed, half the crowd disagreed. And they both let me know when I was wrong.
Yep.
Anyways, go ahead.
Damanio called the Little League, saying the incident violated their contract with the Amateur Baseball Umpires Association. They won't officiate another game, and now the league has no umpires. In a statement on Facebook, the Little League called the situation an isolated incident. Fuck off. No, it isn't. Saying all parties involved have been suspended from games. The league has offered to host games without fans or with a police presence if the umpires come back.
Private
Quote,
security.
We would like to go back, but there's been some
Magna
type of...
PI.
They're going to have to get ice pick.
But there has to be some type of standard met. Soon the Little League and the umpires will meet with Tauntaun mayors to come to agreement. What a fucking asshole.
Well, see, the thing is, and this is even having kids in sports.
Yeah.
Haven't had kids in sports. You do come across some questionable umpiring stuff, but you also got to keep in mind they're volunteering because other people won't.
Yeah.
But at least they're out there volunteering and trying. And, of course, you tell the kids, well, that you just have to be better.
Yeah.
If you're in a close game and the umpire makes a call and you lose, well, guess what? It's not the umpire's fault. You lost. It doesn't matter.
So I'm...
do better next time so you're not in that situation.
It's 9:29.
Right?
It's not like people are lining up to do this for you to umpire a game.
People are beating down the door to go umpire these
So
games.
my comment this year, my oldest is now in 13, and they have 2 umpires this year, field and a beyond the plate. And I said, now there's no bitching about it if you get called out on stealing because there was somebody right there on top of it every play, right?
But he's blind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, then they always go since the beginning of the season. They're calling it outside. I'm the bench coach. I'm watching every single pitch. They're calling it on the corner every single time. You know why? Because it's a strike.
The corner
Is a strike. So this past weekend, playing in a game, playing in a tournament, the pitcher, every second strike he threw, if he had 1 strike, the second strike was always on the corner. I told this to 5 kids. 3 of them got caught looking on 3 strikes because they were looking at these corner pitches. I literally, and they come in, that's a horrible call. I was like, do you not understand what I'm saying? It literally is the same pitch he's throwing. It's calling it for us. He's calling it for them. You can't bitch about a call if he's fair on both sides. And
correct.
Again,
adjust your swing and hit it.
And again, my comment was, it's happening. I'm seeing it. He's calling it.
I'm telling you.
Whether you think it's a bad call or
Listen.
not, he's calling it. So hit it.
Play.
Yes. And then they're like, I can't hit that. Yes, you can. Scoot up.
Well, not with that mentality.
You're asking me to change my stance?
But it's always funny. We did have.
Well, then again, Major League Baseball is doing stuff, where, oh my God, they're playing someone where I hit the ball. Let's change the rules so they can't do that anymore.
So the one thing is too, there was a kid.
But where do they learn that behavior though?
Correct.
Where do they learn that behavior?
Because none of the
they learn it from watching the pros and they see what the pros do.
Yeah,
and they're mimicking that.
But then how much of it is parents going, it's okay, Johnny, it wasn't your fault. That was a bad call.
Yeah, it could be that too.
I mean, that's part of it, right?
But you said
when my kid strikes out, you know what I said? Well, you should have hit the first 2 strikes.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, seriously, hit the first 2.
Well, yeah, and you build and you be a positive role model for those kids, and then next time or the next guy they go play with, you'll see, that's a strike. I gotta change the way I address the pitch.
I will say tournament this year we had a pitcher that one of ours he got really mad on a call on a pitch. Good pitcher, can't always contain himself. Got a bad call. He got a call. He thought it was a strike. Guy called it a ball. Okay. He basically he not yells, but starts mouthing stuff to the umpire. Yeah. Umpire goes, do it again. I'm tossing you out. Shut the kid up.
Yeah.
After the game, I went up to the umpire because, again, you can't find a lot of umpires.
Yeah.
And I went up to the umpire. I was like, I have no issue with what you did. I appreciate you doing that. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. He's like, I just wanted to make sure. He's like, I just didn't want to. He's like, they got to learn. And once they get to high school, they're going to be tossed. And I was like, you could have tossed him. It's whatever. Like, I appreciate you at least saying something, because how many umpires don't do that? Because then you got dad coming down, yelling at them for don't yell at my son. So it's a disaster. So good job, Tauntaun. Good job, parents. Way to kick
Yeah,
those.
make a statement. Or like even, the soccer, we would hand out on purpose to the parents lollipops. Oh, no, I'm serious.
So they had
Put some
something in their
people in their
mouth?
mouth so they can't, yell and all that kind of stuff. And it got to the point where I would go, and I like to give my commentary as well, but I don't do it to the refs. I don't yell at anybody. I just make the comments to whoever's listening to me.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm fair, sometimes I'm not. And I realized, you know what? I need to go stand up in the corner up on this hill at the goal so nobody can hear me. And I can watch the game. And then sure enough, guess what? A couple other fathers from the team ended up gravitating with me over there because at that point, then we could be honest and do whatever. But the girls couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
The refs couldn't hear us. The moms couldn't hear us. And we all took it for what it was.
Well, it is funny too. Like my kids, my oldest has played soccer for, I don't know, 7 years, whatever.
Yeah.
I still don't know all the rules or even understand them. But it's always funny. Like every parent, when something happens, that's offsides. That's offsides.
I hate that.
And I'm like,
God.
and every single time I look at my wife and go, what the fuck's offsides? I can't figure it out in soccer.
I haven't watched enough Ted Lasso.
Exactly. I do feel like Ted Lasso. But it's like every fucking time. The biggest complaint in soccer is every parent goes, that's offsides. Fuck you. You don't even know what offsides
half
is.
The time is, the parents don't know what a proper offsides is.
No.
If they're not real soccer fans.
And who knows if you even can get that angle where you're sitting.
You're right. That the side judge has to be.
Correct.
That's where you need your side judge moving up and down the line. But even then, a lot of people don't understand. It's not at the point where the ball crosses. It starts where the ball
is passed.
kicked.
Yeah.
If the ball's kicked and up in the air, then you can run out and get it and all that kind of stuff. And here's the other thing: you can be offsides, not be in the play, and no offsides get called.
But it's offsides.
Yeah, you can be
Correct.
in offside, quote unquote, offside
As long as you don't
position.
touch it.
But as long as you don't have an effect on the play.
on the play.
Gotcha.
That's right. And so you would see people all the time. Oh, they're offsides, and be like, he didn't touch anything.
Apparently,
they didn't touch it. They can be offsides. They didn't interfere with the play. But anyways. But if you do, the more you know. All right.
apparently there's no offsides in indoor soccer.
There is not.
Yeah.
People get mad when you start yelling
that.
yelling, they're offsides.
Correct.
Jeff, let's do. We'll do the next one next week. Let's do some box office news and world reports. We have a board right now.
Hey, were we going to eat cookies?
Wow.
That was a lucky guess.
You picked the right button to hit. Now, granted, it was real low on the...
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
Nice.
Thank you.
Box office report from... Remember when we actually used to talk about things other than the top 5 list of the box office of the week? We'd have little bits of information about films that whether they were doing good or bad or other things, you know.
I don't, but I can't. We can do something about that.
You don't remember that?
I do not.
It was more than just the top 5. There was always some little write-up of especially the movies that did poorly.
Oh. Well, let's get the intern on that. I do not remember that, but we can get to the intern on that.
But anyway, number 1 at the box office this week. That's why it was called Box Office Bombs.
I guess so.
Because we talked about the things that probably didn't make the top 5.
Well, we decided to become Ted Lasso and make it positive.
Number 1, Transformers Rise of the Beast made $60.5 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $195 million. Not $200 million, $195 million.
This was better than they expected. They were expecting $50 million.
All right. Well, more than it should have got.
Yes.
Although most people said, for a Transformer movie, it's one of the better ones I've heard.
Yeah, I read that because Bumblebee was good. Well, for Transformers. And they're like, well, good thing it's back to the Michael Bay shoot 'em up now. Well, we had one good episode, one good film.
No Shia LaDouche.
No LaDouche.
Coming in at number 2, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse made another $55.5 million, a total of $225.5 million on a $100 million budget.
Keep seeing Spider-Man.
That's on target to get a third quill.
I think they've already
They've
written
doubled
it.
their money. I mean,
The second one
Yeah.
ends on a Empire Strikes Back cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's set up for another one.
They made 2 of them. The next one comes out next year.
Number 3, The Little Mermaid made another $23 million, a total of $229 million on a budget of $250 million.
It would be profitable because of worldwide, but they said not as profitable as they thought they were going to.
They overestimated
Yes.
stupid people's stupid biases.
Yes.
Racist people can't have dark-skinned mermaids.
And my mermaids were white. I don't understand it. They were under the ocean. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I thought they were Mediterranean and tan.
Hashtag not my mermaid.
How are those mermaids supposed to get, like, dark skin when they don't even get the sun shining on them?
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I've been sunburned underwater.
Yeah. This is not scientific. I don't like it. Don't like it.
Coming in at number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 made another $7 million, a total of $335.5 million on a budget of $250 million.
Keep forgetting this movie's out there still.
It's still out
It's a
there.
good movie.
And rounding out the top 5, The Boogeyman made
Boo.
$7 million.
Sorry.
Made $7 million, a total of $25 million on a $35 million budget.
Okay.
Coming up June 16th of 2023, we have The Flash.
When a alleged bad criminal in real life goes back in time to change his past, it now fucks up the whole DC universe. Catch Ezra Miller in The Flash.
And the legal system.
Yes.
All right. Also coming out, we have Elemental.
Elemental. In a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together. A fiery young woman with a go-with-the-flow guy discovers something elemental. How much they actually have in common.
I thought you were just going to say Elemental, the movie where Pixar runs out of ideas.
They're only expecting $40 million for this. And people are like, remember when Pixar was like the big event?
Remember when $40 million was a big opening
That's
weekend?
true.
I saw the preview for this for the Dungeons and Dragons one at the movie, and I saw it, and I'm like, ew.
My 2 youngest
And I'm like,
are so excited for it.
Well, hold on, if they're water and fire, how can they get it on?
Oh, they do. I love that fan
It gets
fiction.
steamy.
I love that fan fiction.
And also, we have coming out The Blackening.
This looks good. Director Tim Story. 7 friends go away for the weekend, only to find themselves trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. They must pit their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies against the murderer to stay alive. It's an African-American film, and it looks hilarious. They're like, if there's a killer, who's the first one to die of us? And so it's a smart... like a Scream type thing, like the original Scream. Like they start realizing.
God, I saw that. The original Scream was on, I think, last weekend. Or something, and I'm like, oh, this is even worse than I remembered, and
Stop
I didn't
it.
even like it then.
Fuck off.
I thought it was a Cajun barbecue cooking movie.
Get out. Get out. It's Guy Ferrari.
So anyway, I've got this cookie sitting
Yeah,
here.
throw me some more. I ate mine already.
Cotton candy flavored Oreos.
While we eat, please tell us your opinion of cotton candy Oreos.
It smells like an Oreo.
Yeah,
does.
it's no cotton candy
doesn't smell like a cotton candy. However, if you notice, there is 2 creams. There is a pink and a light blue. So
With
what
a
I did
vanilla
was-
wafer.
with a vanilla wafer in between, so I had to go, well, let me bite into it so I get a 50-50 of both the pink and the blue.
It's fine.
It's okay. But it's an Oreo.
Yeah.
You're going to eat it.
I don't know if it's cotton candy.
I mean, well, cotton candy is just pretty much spun sugar. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's got the sweet taste of sugar, but doesn't have the texture of cotton candy. So really, the flavor of cotton candy is sugar.
But due to the visual appeal of this cookie, I see it being used in future gender reveal parties for new parents expecting.
So how can this cookie lead to forest fires?
It's okay.
That in depth.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'll eat it because it's an Oreo.
Texture and the original taste like just a regular cream. But you open your mouth like you do like a bourbon and you bring it in. You can get a little bit of the cotton candy flavor. But otherwise, it's just mostly.
So now I'm just scraping off the blue icing and just going to see how the blue icing tastes individually.
Yeah, that's very scientific, partitioning it down to its elemental, fundamental build parts of the Oreo cookie there.
There is some flavor other than just pure sugar cream, but not a very appealing one.
Not overwhelming.
And now for the pink one.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. I'm kind of disappointed. Is the pink any different than the blue? Jeff looks confused.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell. It's either very similar or has no actual flavoring other than like the blue. I thought I tasted something that actually wasn't appealing. Mm-hmm. The pink, I didn't get that,
Okay.
But I got nothing other than it's cookie cream.
Okay. So
Could it be because your taste buds were already corrupted by the blue cream,
Could have been.
and we didn't have a water beverage for you to cleanse your palate?
I did not have a palate cleanser.
put this on the poster. It's fine. It's fine. It's an Oreo.
Needs palate cleanser between halves of cookie.
Correct.
Moving on for the positive episode we're having. It's top 5 this week is top 5 favorite Ted Lasso scenes in honor of the series finale for Ted Lasso, but maybe not for the Richmond way. Let's see here.
So they're going to come back with the show called Ted Richmond.
Ooh, that could work.
Just change Lasso. to Richmond.
They're going to make a show called Led Tasso.
Oh, Led Tasso takes over.
I like that.
Now that I complained about the cookie, can you hand me another one?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have another one
Yeah,
too.
go ahead and toss me one. I don't need my palate cleansed. Just toss them. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to toss one to my son out in the green room. So go ahead, Jeff. What is your number 5 favorite Ted Lasso scene? Get ready.
Well, hold on. I have to get my list up here.
Okay, good job, Jeff. Way to be ready.
Oh, I didn't know you were starting with me. I thought you were going to start. I'm going to say my number 5 is the Higgins Christmas dinner.
Oh, when he has everyone over?
When he has all the people on the team or whatever who, had no place else to go. Mm-hmm. And normally, he goes in the past, they'd have 1 or 2 people, but it was just so full of everybody bringing their own little potluck cultures in, and so many people they had to put the surfboard out to make the table.
Yep.
And
I like that.
And it was fun.
Let's see here. Sorry. I put this at number 5 because I talked about it last week. Ted and Trent go to dinner in the first season. Trent just wants to be like an asshole to him in the journal. Yeah. And they go to a restaurant that Ted found out about because his taxi driver, his dad owns it. And they just start eating the spicy food.
I mean, it was father-in-law, wasn't it?
Father-in-law, sorry. And so, they brought him, they treated Ted like a king because he showed up and everything. And Ted wanted to respect everything, so he did it. He ate the food and that. That was probably just really kind of turned me wow, what a great show.
Great line from that scene that I like to use when he introduces Trent to the guy or whatever. And he said, "Congratulations, now you've both met a great person."
That is true.
He's got so many great lines.
You, Blake.
At first, I read this and I said, "Man, this is gonna be tough." Then I whipped out 8 scenes before my main entree arrived. I said, "I need to stop writing."
Yep.
So I have 1 through 8. If you had a 8-sided die, 6.
Oh, wait.
Number 6.
Hold on, let me roll the dice.
What do we want?
That's not it. Where's our sound effect?
Where's your die? Where's the dice roll? Where's the 8-sided die? Number 6.
What do we want? Number 6.
There you go. I liked Roy and Jamie's bicycle scenes in Amsterdam.
I did like those. Those are pretty funny.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Especially when Roy didn't know how to ride a bike.
Correct. And they ordered to go see a windmill.
Yes.
Fucking windmill.
Let's roll it again.
Roll it again.
3.
Yeah, I have to re-roll 6s.
Okay, 6 is out.
I enjoyed when Rupert is at the pub, giving shit to the boss.
Uh-oh.
And Ted tricks him into a dart match. And I was like, I bet you Ted's a fucking dart master. And he wins. He basically dupes Rupert into the dart match, and he wins with 3 straight bullseyes there to...
Be curious.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce. That's my number 3.
That's my number 4.
Yeah, and the best part is when he explains why he plays darts.
Yes.
With his dad and that whole story. And I enjoyed it because I used to be in a dart league on Thursday night. It's called League of Social Darters, LSD. Who spun off from the original Cincinnati Darters because they were dicks. At least that's what they told me. I showed up to throw darts and drink beer, and at that time smoke cigarettes. So
Barbecue sauce.
back in the day.
That is one of my favorite scenes, number 3.
Yeah.
And just the whole thing, like, he just sticks it to Rupert, and it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
My number 4.
Well, one of the rare times where you see Ted in a predator sport
Yes.
situation, right?
Yes.
Because every time else he's the hands-off leader inspiration, but in this he's a shark.
Yep.
And he digs.
Yep. Let's see here. Number 4 for me. Anytime the Diamond Dogs show up. Diamond Dogs!
Fuck.
Roy, every time. I got a girlfriend from. I think we need to call the Diamond Dogs.
And
Can
the
I
best
be
part
a
is,
diamond dog? What?
that's right. And in season 3, Roy finally
Yep. Accepts
admits.
it.
Yeah.
And I like that they put Trent in it. I like that. And
That makes sense.
I like how Nate tried to do his own Diamond Dogs and it failed miserably. Are we in trouble? Are we in trouble? No, you're not in trouble. Am I in trouble? No.
Yeah, but see, that was Nate
Fuck Nate.
trying to recreate the camaraderie that he had with
Yes.
Ted and the other guys. Yeah.
And failing. What's your number 4, Jeff?
My number 4 was the dart scene.
What's your
There
number?
you go. Perfect.
Yep.
I agree.
I almost put it at number 5, but then I thought, I think I like the dart scene a little bit more than the Christmas. But
Number 3?
let's see, number 3, I will say after the match at Wembley when Jamie's father comes in and
Yep.
is a dick, and Jamie finally slugs him out.
Yeah.
and Roy gives Jamie the hug.
Yes. And I
Like
like
he
Coach.
so desperately needed a father figure.
Yeah. I like how Coach Beard. Oh, watch the door! Whack! He slams him into the door. That's a good scene.
But when, obviously, Jamie and Roy have had their
Issues.
issues, and I think it was Roy finally seeing, okay, this kid does need somebody.
Yeah. Number 3 is the game of darts for me.
Where he saw himself.
Barbecue sauce.
Yes, exactly.
In the last season, Ted sees Jamie all alone getting yelled at in the first season by his dad in the room, and then in the final season, he's walking by and he sees him surrounded by Keely and Roy, like his whole family is there.
Correct.
So, number 3, Blake. Oh, sorry.
Roll the die. Reroll 3s and 6s.
12. Oh,
One die.
4.
4. Beard's Night Out.
Oh, fuck that episode.
I love that
I hate
episode.
that
Great
episode.
episode.
I hate
loved
it.
it.
Hate
I
it.
loved it
Hate it.
because it was unusual and entertaining and funny and heartwarming at the same time.
And he got married in those pants.
Correct.
It's true. Number 2.
Not the pants in the morning after where they're all at the boss's
Yes.
kitchen and breakfast. Where you
Oh
sit
my
there and
God,
go,
yes.
"What the-" and that started out. My wife's like, "Did we skip an episode?"
I know, we did the same thing. We're like, who slept with who?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there were so many people going off trying to ship Ted and Rebecca.
Oh, no.
And they just kept going on, and apparently that was just their wink at, oh yeah, we'll get you.
No,
I'm like, they couldn't be together.
he was with Sassy. That's what we needed.
Sassy.
Every day I think about your death, Rupert.
So we will roll 7.
7. I loved. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Soccer's Life.
Danny,
the goal kick where he kills the dog.
Danny Rojas.
Soccer's death.
Soccer's Life. Soccer is dead. I love
Soccer's
it.
death.
He goes through that shot and he kills the dog, the mascot.
Yes.
I was like, that was so awesome.
Number 2 for me is talked about this a couple weeks ago when Ted confronts his mom. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's
Fuck
what it is.
you.
Fuck you. That's
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
It shows, like, since his mom couldn't cope with it,
Yeah.
he couldn't cope with it. And it just shows, like, how it affects him for the rest of his life. And it's just really good scene overall. And you get a lot of, like, why Ted is what he is. So, number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me is when Rebecca rickrolls her father's funeral.
Never going to give.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Never going to
And just when she
down.
just didn't have the words to say, but didn't really have kind things to say about her father. But
Ted showed up and
Ted, well,
he sings with her.
but I mean, she had her talk with her mother about everything, got everything out,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Great scene.
I cried.
Okay. What's your number 1?
My number 1 favorite scene was Rebecca's confession to Ted
Okay.
at the end of season 1, when she tells him, why she brought him over here, and then the fucker forgave her.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Me and Ted.
Number 1 for me. Sorry, I had it right here. Number 1 for me is Ted's speech after Richmond gets relegated in the first season. We can be sad, but we're going to be sad together because you're not alone in this room. That is just like, you knew you were like, because it's building, right? They're going to win.
Yeah.
And then they lose, and they're just sitting there like, shit. Like, and then he just doesn't have the right words, but he just says, like, we're sad together. So, I don't know. Just really enjoyed that scene. That's probably one of my favorite. That is my favorite scene in the show.
Yeah.
So, what you got?
Well, I still have 1, 2,
Oh, sorry.
5, and 8. But I'm going to pick number 8 anyways because
8.
I wrote this down because
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. And it's Roy Kent's presser. It's none of my damn business.
Why he did what he did.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Just in regards to, stating something that everybody knows what it really should be. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
When he makes that statement,
What does he call the not Trent at the Independent?
New Trent.
New Trent. That's what it
New
is.
Trent. Yes. I know. Of course, let me throw in there Roy Kent when he calls on the reporters. Egghead.
Yes.
Calls them diminutive names when he, calls them. But yeah, Roy Kent presser. After the stands.
Before we get to honorable mentions, let's get some from Brian, our ex-intern here.
I mean, I got more than I could read off, but if it's not read in any of these,
Yeah, that's
I'll
what-
bring it
yeah.
up. There you go.
Ted's press conference of puns when he just
That's ours.
Led Tasso.
Led Tasso.
What are you going to do? Marry this ball? Is this your girlfriend? Is this soccer ball your girlfriend? Roy's imitation of Ted.
I'm a rodent.
Be a goldfish. Be a goldfish.
Be a goldfish. Yeah.
We're talking about practice.
That's his number 1.
Yeah.
Huh?
3A. So I guess Roy's imitation of Ted. He hobied it. Diamond dogs. And number 1A. Darts against Rupert.
Yeah.
Fish had Diamond Dogs.
Mouth up.
Guys rebuilding the Believe sign. The last episode.
You knew it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Trent Crimm's article about Ted.
The first one?
Yeah.
I'm assuming the first
Yeah.
one is what he meant. Yeah.
Roy joining the coaching staff when it was like from Jerry Maguire.
Shut up. You had me at coach.
I can't let you in. You need to take it. Don't you know who I fucking am? And then Darts versus Rupert. That is a popular one. So yeah, that's all we had. People really liked it, but they never wrote in what they loved, what they enjoyed.
They didn't throw out any of their own.
All right, then. I got some more.
Wait, I got one honorable mention because you got like 10.
All right. Well,
And I can't put Nate on the top 5 because he's a dick. I can't stand him. But when Roy's pissed off and Nate breaks the glass and he just and Ted lashes off, he's like, I'm equally livid. But I can't pick him in the top 10, so fuck him. Or top 5. What do you got? Give me some.
Roy's birthday party with Jamie and his niece.
Yes.
I enjoyed that much. And
Uncle
then
Day.
The first day he wears the tie-dye
Yes.
shirt into the club.
I did like the present that Jamie gave Roy.
It's Jamie. Yeah, I got
Yes.
you the national teams kit. I said I had the kid guy change your E to a U.
It's got your last name on it. I had him change the E to a U.
That was good. I enjoyed that. The note pass. You talked about, the end there.
Yeah.
But I also forgot about the note that Ted gives to Jamie.
Yep.
At the Man City, game.
Nice pass.
Pass. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was good. And then I didn't pick one out, but I just picked the whole theme out of Ted's panic attack, and I like the fact that you put like a realistic spin and story on a mental health issue.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honorable mention I had was the game at the end of season 1 when they ended up getting regulated. Like, well, they were behind, but then, Roy ended up getting hurt for his last playing time of his career, and leading up to them tying the goal, and then 2 minutes later they lose on the goal because Jamie made the extra pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
So even though he was their enemy, he learned.
True.
I do think there's like little, not in top 5 moments, but little things like Higgins. Anytime Higgins is on, it makes me laugh.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like I love Higgins. He's like probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I had to throw the Higgins family Christmas.
I think the one thing I saw online was when he got fired from this club or let go. And Rebecca goes back to get him, and he has like the soul patch beard as a jazz musician.
Yeah. That is pretty
She
funny.
knocks on the window and
All right. So all my selections were male centric,
Yes.
obviously. Keely had several in there, as you say. But like I said, I stopped after I hit 8.
Yeah.
Between ordering my beer and my food, and I was like, brrr, I'm like, well, I'm done. I just keep her. But I do like Rebecca when she overcame her fear of sexism in the boys' club when
Yes.
she goes into the meeting.
Yep.
With
Rupert and all
that asshole
from Nigeria.
Rupert, the Nigerian asshole guy.
he was Ghanan.
Ghaning.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Ghanaian.
Yes.
And I do like, how she overcomes it and she's like imagining them all as little boys.
Yes.
That worked.
I did like when Keely said in the last episode, to Roy and Jamie, I get a choice. I get to choose between you two.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
as soon as that was over, I looked at my wife and I was like, oh, that was awesome. And she was pissed because she wanted to know who Keely was going to end up with.
My
And I
wife said the same thing.
You really? There you
Yes.
go.
She
And I
wanted the
said-
same thing.
And I said, you don't have to know.
No.
You can leave that in open.
And she's
book.
like-
maybe she doesn't choose.
She's like,
either
I
of
don't
them.
like open endings. And I was like, that's like the only open ending in this show.
There was no open ending. She chose neither of them.
Well, that was my thought.
That's right.
As of right now, at this point in time,
Correct.
she needs to be. But I mean, she was going from relationship to relationship.
Yes.
She was with Jamie, went to
Correct.
Roy, went to Jack.
Correct.
Now she's taking Keely time.
And she didn't let those two force her into making a decision.
Correct.
Because it's her decision. It's not them to have her make a decision.
I did like afterwards. Roy looks at Jamie and goes, "We're assholes."
And I like that too, because they realize they fucked up as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Bad idea of the week, number 121. Get into an argument with a Little League umpire. Please don't. Please don't.
Just keep your comments to yourself.
Yes. Yes. Or go far, far away.
Yeah.
Go up in the corner.
Yes. Stand in the corner.
Yeah.
You see that spot where the foul pole hits the wall? Go stand there.
You see that? And then keep going.
See where your car is parked? Go to
Or
that.
go sit in your car.
Yes.
And watch it. Don't embarrass your kid.
Titles for the show. Have I told you about Alaska lately?
I have that one too.
Bringing down the House of the Dead. Bingo on cruise ships. You have no civility. I think that's it. Oh, a very positive episode.
Did I tell you about my trip to Alaska? What do dogs say? Over summaried. Ack. And let's get sassy. WSAZ, the sass.
I like the Have I Told You About Alaska lately.
Yes.
Let's do that. Change approved. Real quick, Jeff, what was in the Hello Jeff box this week? You guys had to take 3 weeks off because of customer service issues.
We didn't take any time off. Just because we didn't promote it doesn't mean that we didn't. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to ruin our reputation here?
Anyways, what's in the Jeff box this week?
Jeff. We've got string cheese.
Okay.
And summer sausages.
Is it all refrigerated?
It is when it's shipped.
Okay. Is the box refrigerated?
It is when it ships.
What else? Sausage, string cheese,
and crackers.
I like that.
Depending on, you might get saltines,
Okay.
you might get Ritz, Ritz, quote unquote.
Or you might get goldfish.
We don't get goldfish.
You used the goldfish as packaging.
To keep everything nice and cold.
Real goldfish. They're slimy. They're cold.
Wow.
Okay. Well, thanks, Jeff. We'll be back next week. And in the meantime, Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history, not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.